Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here by myself today, and today we're going to be talking about Ethereum, Dash, and XRP, along with a little bit of Bitcoin TA, because I'm sure you saw last night it pumped a little bit. Incredible, incredible. Also, we're going to also talk about today unemployment insurance in the United States. The amount of money people are getting, both U.S. and Canada, and probably in Australia as well. I wouldn't be surprised. We around all around the world has gone full commie, except here in Chile. Wow, unbelievable, right? So, anyways, the information about to give you with about the TA is only for entertainment purposes and is not financial advice. We're going to just show you what I would do if I was going to trade, and that's about it. So you make your own choices. Alrighty. With that said, let's head over to the charts. Man, wow. Okay, let's see here. Charts. There we go. Oh, so. Oh shoot! Shouldn't have pressed that. I need to close the X there. Alrighty, so there, as you can see, this is we're on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth week, and now it's going to be turning now that it's turned positive on the sixth week. This is looking good. We just have to get over above this 13 MA, and we're good to go. Looking at the shorter time frame, the 1 day time frame. Yesterday, I think we did mention yesterday. Hey, you know what? If you take the trade. Well, wait a second. It was not this. It was. Where was it? Was it this on this chart? No, it was on another chart. It was load chart. It was the perpetual swaps. So let's see here. Where is it? I thought I had that up and running. Reload, perpetual swaps, and auto. No, missing the entry point. I remember we had like an entry point somewhere halfway here, and I saw it yesterday, and I remembered putting it up on the charts here, and it's gone. And it's gone. All right. Well, all right. I'm just going to have to live with that. Alrighty. So anyways, we had like we had a nice trade where I said, okay, listen, let's take this to this level here. It was somewhere in the middle between, because we're just peaking out on the daily above the 13 MA, and I felt that, you know what, if we did like something like a 2-to-1 here, and it was like from here to there, and we were like here 2-to-1. That's something decent to take some risk off of if this bump and run was to be successful. And it looks like it is going to be successful. And so, yeah, I think if you did take this trade yesterday, good on you, because I think we're going to probably make it out above here and beyond. This is looking really good. We've got somebody down here. I really think there's somebody down here. Right here, right about here, in all this area here, buying up Bitcoins whenever it falls. So that's in the range of, let's just bring the range in. So this person is in this range here. I think it's right here. He's like, yeah, if this thing falls anywhere in this area, he's ready to buy. And that's between the basically the 6,800 all the way down into the 666 area. So he's buying, right? And you could tell because you see he just like launched this thing. He was like, yeah, you want to sell me some cheap Bitcoin? Fine, I'll buy it all up. You want me to buy your Bitcoin? Fine, I'll buy it all up. And if they try to test this guy again, he will probably come in again. I think he's determined to buy any kind of Bitcoins, in my personal opinion, in that area. All right. With that said, let's head over to something different today. We're going to do a little bit of TA on Dash because, man, I'm glad to be on this talking about this subject and doing this because, man, we came in at the right time. Dash is ready to go. Dash, basically. Dash is ready to take a dash. I mean, as soon as we break these levels here, this level up here, that's it. We are going to face rip, probably all the way up to at least to the 61.8. And before we actually turn around and consolidate or go the other way, that's looking really good. I would prefer like a longer rounding bottom, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take this W here, right? And I think it will probably give us something in the range of that area, especially since we took off from here, and I think we could at least do this AB equals CD all the way up to the 61.8, well, close to it, and probably take us to the 61.8 before we roll over. So yeah, I really think that's the results of Dash. It's going to take a little bit of time before we climb up to this level here before we go oops and pop up and face rip up. So that's quite interesting. I want to grab me some Dash to get me some cash. All right, looking at Ethereum is another one that looks like, wow, ever since the virus coming to haunt it, and you can see, wow, nice W down here on the dailies. Oh my God, if we were just like several days, we look back at the several days, we would have been like, oh my God, buy this thing here, down here. What are you doing? This is like a chance of a lifetime. It's not coming back. See ya when I see ya kind of deal. You can see, I bet you this is at this W at the 61.8 or 78.6. Yeah, right in that area. This is the area where we call the reload zone, and you can see there's a nice little W inside the reload zone, and this is the area between the 61.8 and 78.6. And it's beautiful. This chart's beautiful. Right there, nice little W, right? I'm just gonna change that color to green. Right, a nice W in the green zone. You can't ask for anything more. That's a beautiful pattern right there to just see ya. Right, up, it went down, right, up and then back down, but not quite as low as the other one here, and then back up, and that's and as soon as it broke this area, sliced. So you could expect something like that with Dash as well, and any other chart, other than shaltcoins, basically. And speaking of shaltcoins, let's head over to Ethereum, right? Because like once before we get over to Ethereum, but I think once it breaks this level up here, oh wow, fireworks for Ethereum. So this is the time to get some your Ethereum on, because man, we are expecting some interesting times. Alrighty, so let's take a look here. Let's just zoom in and take a look at XRP. Well, if we go back to the daily, actually, wow, this looks like a shaltcoin that. I mean, the W here, they gave you a little bit of a pump, but then it dumped right back down. There is no, it's like, this is like a lot of chop here, right? It doesn't seem like it's interested in going higher here. But when XRP finally does take off, because it's not like it's going to zero or anything like that. It acts like a shaltcoin. It just bottoms like this and just goes straight up. And usually the bottom doesn't come in with a nice W. Sometimes it's just down and then straight up. So I expect the same kind of thing, where all of a sudden, for no rhyme or reason, no actual bottoming pattern or anything, it's just going to go straight up. And that's a sign of a manipulated market. A market that's not run by real fundamentals, and people are really interested in this product. They're just pumping it and dumping it, and so That's what I see here when it comes to Ripple. It's not. It's like it seems like a manipulated market. Now, don't get me wrong. Manipulated markets will make you money, and that's if you're just if that's the name of the game, basically. Honestly, right? You wanna be here to make money, and that's how you do it, right? You got to buy the lows, right? And this is the lows, and sell half when it doubles, and with the little old lady strategy, and this is where you want to be as the little old lady, right down here, where the Bollinger Band squeezing like crazy, and that seems like that sends a message, right? That hey, this thing is going to explode big time, and yeah, when it does, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be fast, and it's going to be brutal. And everybody who sees this is just going to come piling in, right? Because they don't want to miss something like this or like that. And yeah, they're just going to get burned, right? So you got to be buying down here, not when it's pumping. So please understand that at least. Don't wait for this thing to pump. Now would be the time to get a little bit of XRP if you want to see higher prices and sell at higher prices. Make sure you are selling, right? So if you have to make sure you do the little latest strategy at least and sell half on a double. Or if you want, just you can't picking a top here is really difficult when they face rip. So just so you know, you could tell that it's just ridiculous. Look at this. It doesn't even M out, right? When it face rips up and comes back down, it doesn't give you an M pattern until like look at this M pattern, right? Which is not even like real, right? It went higher a little bit, and on the candlesticks, on the wicks. I mean, really, at least it gave you a chance to get out, but damn, like nothing here. No M here, no M here. Let's go down to the dailies. And see if there's like any kind of like M's. Yeah, there's one right here when it finally topped out here from this W. Let's see here. Nope. I mean, you would have a really hard time calling this top. Really hard. I mean, you could have a little bit because you did get some sort of like M here, and you could have like said, hey, we came back down, right, really hard, went back up. And then you could have just said, okay, right about here is where you would call it as dead, and then boom, look at that, it just rolled down. Really difficult. This had no chance. Like, I mean, no way you would have a chance to call the top on this thing at all. Maybe you could have used the Bollinger Band, but again, like it's difficult because look at this. You would have been here and just calling that a top, right, with the Bollinger Band. So it's really difficult to use any kind of TA tool to call a top when these things are face ripping, right? They can go as high as the moon, and you won't even know it, right? And you could go, well, this is the top, or this is the top, or this is the top. You don't know. So the best thing to do, right, when you're trading these things, I think the best thing is the little old lady strategy, and have a time frame, or some sort of method to say, hey, this is what I'm selling. That's it. And that's the key to making money in these markets, is to come up with a plan and stick to it. And my plan is a little lady strategy to sell half on a double, and that's that. All right. Well, with that said, I was talking to Carolina and a few of my friends who are in the United States, and I found out that people are making massive amounts of money through unemployment. I couldn't believe it. I mean, one of my friends told me that she was making $1,000 a week on unemployment, and I was like, what the heck? I called up my brother, and he told me, yeah, we got a $3,500 check in Canada, everybody. And I thought it was a mistake. I tried to give it back, and it turns out it wasn't a mistake. And I'm like, what? Unbelievable, right? The amount of money giveaways that the government doesn't have this kind of cash, and where are they getting it? Well, obviously, right? The money printer goes. It's unreal, and there's like massive unintended consequences because of these money printers, and one of them is here. Nobody wants to go back to work, and so, for example, in the United States, they have this bailout program for small businesses, and this lady's like, "Yeah, I got the loans, right? I want to pay my employees," and when she calls up her employees, they're pissed. What? You want me to come back to work? Well, not really go back to work. She wants them to give them a pay cut for staying at home, basically. She's like, well, I couldn't believe it. Well, on what planet am I competing with unemployment? The planet of free giveaways, right? And no capitalism. That's the planet you're on, right? You're on the planet socialism, right? Where the whole world goes upside down, right? But that's a good thing, right? Because the government's going to print us into oblivion. I hope those people use that money to start investing and not spending. Because, there's not much stores and stuff like that. You can't go and buy the latest cool gadget or clothing and stuff like that. I think this is a time for people that really think, this is not going to work out well. I should find some sort of other investment. I hope they do. I really hope they do, because this is their opportunity. They're getting free printed money from the printing press, and that money is going to go into whatever's left. And it's only food and investments out there. And it looks like the best investments are gold, silver, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. So I expect a lot of head turns, especially since, if this thing pops, if these things pop, right? Both Bitcoin and Dash and XRP, if these things pop during this cash giveaway from the government, some of that cash is leaking into here, gonna leak into here. They're going to chase these markets, right? And make sure you're the one selling to them and not the one buying, please, because you are here first. You should learn this stuff. You should know this by now. I've been talking to you guys. And if I find any of my viewers come to me and tell me, "Oh man, Davinci, I bought this up here, and I don't know what to do. I lost my shirt as it's coming down," I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you. So don't do that, right? If you're interested in any of these markets, you better not be interested in the nosebleed section. Now would be the time to get interested. Now would be the time to get excited about these products, these altcoins. Not when they're in the stratosphere. Please don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, and in Canada, they started off giving up. Yeah, look at this, right? He applied for the CBR. This is like the emergency fund in Canada, CERB, once, and got $3,500 in 3 weeks. But Ottawa says it's not an error. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Americans got a pittance of what was it? $1,200, right? What a joke, man. That's unbelievable. They're just counting the cash, and not only that, right? You're going to be getting $2,000 every 4 weeks, right? For up to 4 months, right? So it's just cash just getting thrown out everywhere. So unless some sort of aliens come in May, right, and scare the markets even more, right? All these altcoins are going to go nuclear, right? We are going to the moon and back. Wow. And I wonder if Australia has, if Australia has done something, and if there's anybody watching from Australia, please. I know you're probably asleep or something like that, or no, you guys might be awake right now, or it's in the evening for you guys. So if you're in Australia, if you can let me know what kind of programs they've given you over there, because I'm sure they're doing that, and I'm sure in the UK as well. I just didn't look what was going on in the UK. That would be great to know, because man, this is unbelievable. All right, so with that said, let's talk about finally, before we get on to the questions and answer period. Thank you everybody for purchasing Pandora's wallet. We're selling more than we ever have since the beginning of the launch of Pandora's wallet, and I really appreciate that. Thank you everybody for joining the Telegram group and asking me cool questions, and I love answering them. And it's a lot easier because a lot of the people who've paid to ask me questions are not asking me silly things, and not begging for handouts and so forth, and not saying stupid things. And basically, it's more organized, and I appreciate that. I find that in my Telegram group, oh man, it's just like insane behavior. In fact, you know what? I forgot to mention. I wanted to talk about now that I mentioned Telegram group. I wanted to show you guys what's going on in the Telegram groups that I've found. I found, like, I'm gonna have to do a screenshot, copy the image, but I found a Telegram group where, it was redonkulous. They are actually everywhere you see is somebody making lots of money, and I'm like, what? You're looking at this and you're like, I don't know what they're doing, but it doesn't really matter, right? You could tell that it's a big scam, right? It's just nonstop. And then I'm like, I'm going to take a screenshot, because I forgot to do that before we started the stream. But it's just nonstop like this in this chat group. And then they start talking about, they have like, I love the PDF image where it's like, this is real. What we have here is real. I'm like, they have this gift, right? Or and money printing and stuff like that. It's just, you're like, what the hell? What the hell? Does anybody believe that this Telegram group, people are making money in this Telegram group? I hope not. But this is what you're going to have to deal with when you, as a person who is in the crypto space. Please do not fall for these silly scams, especially when you come into a Telegram group and everybody is talking about how, oh, I've made so much money. Okay, there it is. Okay, here it is. I want to capture the what we have here is real section, and provide it for you. It's just non-stop of this thing. Okay, so I captured it. I'm going to save it on my desktop. And I just need to copy and paste it into my my virtual machine here. Copy, edit, copy. Come on, copy. Alrighty. Copy. There we go. Paste. Oh, come on. I used to be able to do that. Should be able to do that, but nope. Don't have the I did it before, and now it's not working. Yeah, always like that. Okay, let's see if I have a shared drive. Nope. Yeah, the copy didn't work. Oh well, I'm going to have to show you guys that another time, but man, it's just unreal the amount of fraud that's going on in Telegram. So please be careful when you're in Telegram. Do not fall for all the different frauds out there. Anything that you see where everybody's winning, everybody's making money, that's just wrong. All right, so somebody's just said that the UK gets £2,500 a month for this coronavirus thing. Wow, incredible! Money printer goes brrr. Wow. Here, you get, if you're really, 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 really poor, you might get $100 right here in Chile. You might, if you're lucky. Right. All right. So let me talk about fun. Let me just go before I get killed. I get in trouble for not mentioning this. Yes. In the until the end of this month, right? You can subscribe to Pandora's wallet, and basically you'll have access to my private Telegram group forever. After this month, we're not going to provide that access unless you have maintain your subscription. And also, if you just pay for a 2-year subscription, we'll talk about whatever coin you'd like me to talk about on the live stream that we're doing every day now. So yeah, we're going to be doing that, and also maybe possibly we'll look into whether or not we'll add the coin to Pandora's wallet as well. All right. All right. With that said, let's head over to the question and answer periods, right? Let's see what kind of questions you guys have here. Now, if you did a super chat and I missed it, I'm sorry. I don't have Inti here, and I haven't been looking directly at the chat group all the time. It scrolls by, and I missed some things, but. Cool. All right. So up here, you'll either get $6,000 or $4,200 lump sum in NZ, New Zealand, depending on your full time or part time. Wow. It's almost like I moved to the wrong country here. Just joking. I'm happy to be here in Chile because that's this is not going to end well, right? All of you guys, you understand that, right? The government doesn't have this money, right? And when they print it, it's just going to destroy your way of life. And I think that's why they're clamping down and making sure that you listen to authority during the virus, right? And you can't go anywhere. So that once the currencies all collapse, that you're going to listen to them and not go anywhere instead of riot against them for destroying the money. So, if you're willing to lay down and stay home based on the government telling you because of the virus, you're going to lay down and stay home because of the collapse of the currency that they caused. All right, so in Australia, an eligible employer can pay $750 per week to their employee and be refunded by the government, and unemployment benefits has increased by $550 a week direct via the government. Holy crap. So that means, let's just say you're making most people will only make like $400 from unemployment. So that basically tops them up to like $950 in Australia. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. I never realized how bad the money printing is going on. It's just unbelievable. Why does Binance accept US dollars? Because US dollars is a reserve currency, and everybody around the world has it, and everything is priced in dollars when you sell your commodities to anyone outside of your local country. So, for example, here in Chile, we sell copper, and if we sell it to anyone outside of Chile, they have to pay it in dollars, and we have to accept the dollars and put it in our reserves and our central bank reserves, and that's how our financial system works around the world. The U.S. dollar United States made a deal with everyone after winning the World War, and said, hey, you know what? Everybody's got to, hold dollars, and that's what everybody does, and that's why they have 750 bases in every single around the world to make sure that you continue to do so, or else you will die. Alrighty. Next, let's see here. What else? What questions do we have here? Do you see a dip coming or upwards from here? You know what? I don't see a dip coming. It looks like we're going up from here. Might get like a small pullback, but this bump and run thing seems to be what the program is on Bitcoin and basically all the other altcoins, basically all the altcoins are going to be getting a nice bid and going in like slightly higher, faster than Bitcoin. So that's why I like the little old lady strategy priced in Bitcoin, because you get paid in the hard currency every time you get a double, and because those are other currencies, they move faster than Bitcoin would move. So yeah, you get a huge premium. So that's why I love the little old lady strategy of trading. Yeah, you know what? It hasn't done as well as it has done in the past, but eventually it will get paid. It will pay off, and that means you know what? I've noticed that whenever a market takes longer to materialize, that means in the future it's going to go a lot longer. So that means I think altcoins and stuff like that, especially since the money printing and we're closer to a hyperinflation, that this means that the next bull run for altcoins is probably going to run for a lot longer than a year. We're going to see maybe a 2-year bull run, nonstop upward movement. Well, not nonstop. I mean, there will be some pullbacks, of course, and they probably will pull back to their 61.8, 78.6 or something like that. But then immediately start going back up again, and start. We're going to start seeing massive movements higher than the previous one. So that's what I predicted coming up in the next bull run for altcoins and Bitcoins and so forth. All right, next, let's see what other questions you guys have for me. What makes it so difficult to create an easy, usable wallet? Well, that's a good question. From Nitro BTC. Because when it comes to producing something easy for people to use, the easier it is, the harder it is to produce, because you have to write a lot of code in the back end to make things a lot easier. The more a walk in the park an application is for the average person, the harder it is to produce. And you know what? Honestly, the creativity part of it. So we don't have in the space of the cryptocurrency space where wallet software is actually free in most cases. It's difficult to have to hire high-end designers, right? To design the user interface, plan the application to work easy for the average person. And maybe we don't. Also, another thing is we might not have the right hardware devices and tools in order to at this point in time, in order to make it easy enough for people, and that has to be built out, or it has to be it has to be a commonplace thing before it actually works out for everybody to use it in an easier fashion. So that's the reason why you see a lot of wallets are difficult to use for the average person. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not like really, really crazy hard, but it can be. All right, so we got a super chat from Ron D. Ron D. All right, how you doing, Ron D? Thank you for your super chat. It says here, have 25K, right? Dollars waiting until after the halving to go in. Yeah, okay. I always tell people that the best thing to do, and nobody listens, right? And I expect you to do the same. You don't know, I don't know, you don't know, we all don't know what's going to happen, right? We know that overall that the prices are going higher. That's all we know for sure. With relative certainty, with a higher degree of certainty. In the short term, we don't know what's going to happen, right? The best thing to do is what's called dollar cost average. So you should split your money up into 5 chunks of 5K and buy with 5K right now, right? And then that's what I would do. And then next week or next month or every 2 weeks, put in another 5K. That the timing is up to you when you want to decide to put it in, but just decide on some sort of time frame. right? And then put in the next 5K and the next 5K and the next 5K. You buy either if the price dips from when you first bought it at the 5K, and then put in the next 5K immediately between now and the next week if it dips from the time you bought it, right? Because you're trying to get an average of the lowest price that you possibly can get. And then if price continues to dip, right, again, right, you put in the next 5K, or you wait for the next set time to put in the next 5K. And you do that over and over again, because what happens is then even if you're wrong and price goes down, you got it cheaper. If you're right and price goes up, you're making money. It's a win-win, right? So that's the best way to go about getting into this market. And I feel that most people they want to pick a bottom and put all of it in, and that's not going to happen. What's going to happen, what I guaranteed is going to happen to you, is that you're going to FOMO in at the top, and it's going to roll over on you, right? And you're going to say that this is so horrible investment. How could I have done this? I'm losing so much money, blah, 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 blah. And then this is when you sell out. So you're most likely going to turn into, if you're waiting for a bottom, you're most likely going to turn into a person who buys the top and sells the bottom. So that's what I predict is going to happen if you do not take my advice on what I would do if I had 25K to jump into the market. All right, so let's see what other questions we have. Davinci, is the empire on the daily on BTC? No, I saw that. I saw that it looks like an empire, an inverse empire, but it's not, because we didn't wick down lower on the middle candle. So if you want to know what this guy was talking about on the empire, let me just bring up the charts so that I can show you guys what we are talking about. All right, so let's go to daily on this chart here. Daily. Right, and what he's saying that this looks like an empire. These three candles here, right here, where we went down, right, and then we did this small like what's called a doji candle, almost, but this doji candle needed to go past this level here to turn it into an empire, right? And once it did that, that's actually called a fractal as well. If it were to like make a wick down all the way down here, that would be considered a fractal. And also the way it closed here, it closed exactly where it opened the last time almost. That would also make it turn it into an inverse empire, which is very, very bullish, right? No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not an empire. But I was looking at that myself, so yeah. Alrighty, let's take a look at that. What do you think about PIVX? Well, I have some. I don't really spend much time thinking about PIVX. Right? There's so many coins out there, and I can't spend a lot of time thinking about what they are. Hex is trash. Yeah, it's trash, but it's still alive, right? And it's pumping. So if you had decided to look into look into the price, I wonder if we were to see, I bet you we'll see if we what's this ticket? There is no ticket. Hex is not on any exchanges that I use in Coinigy. Okay, so forget it. So that's why I wouldn't have bothered to look into it. But I'm sure if we looked at the charts of Hex, we'll see some sort of Wing pattern before it actually took off. So yeah, I think it's doing what it was probably designed to do after crushing the initial investors, and that's pump. And I think maybe it's being pumped by the owner, but who knows? All right. Okay, let's see here. Another question is Davinci J15. What do you think of Zcash. Well, Zcash, the owners, they make a lot of money through the mining because they just sit there and just collect cash. But if they use it properly and don't overspend and stuff like that, I think they might do this thing might do very well, and I think it might even pump. But you know what? Let's take a look at a chart of Zcash another time because I think it's probably at its bottom, and we'll do very well. Okay, somebody else. Let's see here. Sorry, you know what? Padgel. He's asking what made me move to Chile. Well, I knew that the North America was going to collapse with the fact that, hey, you know what, they're printing money and going overboard with socialism, and that always ends in disaster and tears and basically people being hoarded, but not having enough food, not having enough money, and fighting and basically rioting, basically. And it's just a dangerous situation for anywhere where you saw the government handing out cash. You're in a very dangerous situation. Because of that, now once the money no longer works and they ran out of money through the fact that the money doesn't work, a lot of people are going to riot and because they don't know what else to do because they've never done anything else, right? They've basically lived off of the government teat, and they can't produce anything. They have too much laws to prevent them from actually producing a company, making their own. Like they can't go out on the street and just sell stuff. They can't do anything that in order to make some money so that they can go and eat. And so it's going to be a scary time in all those countries: New Zealand, UK, Australia, Canada, United States, all of them, when the hyperinflation hits them. And only people holding on to Bitcoin bags, they're going to be doing well. So but whatever you do, don't show that off during that time. Make sure you are like, hey man, I'm broke just like you are, because that's coming. And here in Chile, right? You know what? The reason why I came here is that they're not as socialist as the rest of the world is. They are a little bit, but not as much as everywhere else. And as you can tell, because they're not doing the free giveaways to everybody and every corporation here. And also, there's lots and lots of food. Like this country produces so much food that it exports most of its food to other countries. So if you guys are running into hyperinflation and you can't afford to buy the food here in Chile, well, it's always going to stay here, of course, and it'll be a lot cheaper food for Chileans here, so they won't be starving. But whilst the rest of the world will be. So it's going to be interesting time, indeed, to live in around the world, in different places around the world. All right, I'm going to answer one more question and then we're going to call it a day, right? If you haven't hit the like or the subscribe button, please do so. Right, it really helps the channel. I really appreciate your support. Alrighty, let's take a look at what other question do we have here. How much is it? No, let's see here. Do we have any question? Good question. What do you think about Chainlink for long term? It's, I already talked about that. How long do you think that it will take to the world to get back to normal? Well, it depends, right? Basically, it will take less than a year if the government does absolutely nothing, right? If they leave the stupid laws on the books, and don't do anything else, don't bail anybody else out, don't do anything else, don't say a word, just don't add any more laws, Don't don't go and shoot people in the streets. Don't try to print more money, right? Just let everybody be, right? It'll take about 2 years. But what are the chances of that happening? And so it'll take decades. It'll take more than a decade. So if they decide to help everybody, right? It'll take a long time before we get back to normal. Right? Our new normal will be poverty, basically, and struggle, and we'll never. And a lot of the stuff that we used to get and stuff that we get at the stores and buy at the stores will not be there because of the damage that they'll be causing to the economy with their helps, with helping, trying to help us out. Right? It's just not going to help us. It's just going to hurt us more and more as they try. All right, so thank you everybody for watching today's stream. I really appreciate the 555 people that are watching right now. Thank you very much. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you haven't seen the video popping up right here, please check it out. And if you're interested in Bybit or Femex, right? There's links in the description below. But make sure you learn how to trade, and there's some classes as well with the Rational Investor where I learned how to trade, and I suggest you take those classes before you use any leverage exchange. All right, thank you very much for watching. Cheers. See you tomorrow.